I saw it before she said it. That pause, the sharp inhale, the way her fingers toyed with the edge of the napkin. "I'm calling off the marriage," she said, loud enough that her friends tittered, thinking it a joke. "I don't love you anymore." I smiled. Just a flicker, too small to read. My chest didn't tighten. My hands didn't shake. "Thank you for your honesty," I said, voice calm. A pause, confused laughter, the kind that fills a space but doesn't touch you. I stood, slow. I slipped the ring off my finger and held it up. "I'll be hosting a dodged a disaster party instead," I said. Her friends froze. I watched the laughter die mid-air. I could see her panic, tiny cracks forming in her perfect composure. I let it sit, let the weight of my calm, calculated words crush the frivolity of her world. She didn't know it yet, but this wasn't about brunch, or friends, or appearances. This was about truth. And she had just delivered hers, naked and unguarded. It had started months ago, subtle. A lingering text here, a late-night excuse there. At first, I told myself I was imagining things. I am precise, careful. My intuition rarely fails. I remembered the coffee mug on the counter, lipstick not mine, perfectly smudged. The phone that she would flip too fast whenever I entered the room. I didn't confront, not yet, because confrontation without certainty is weakness, and I do not give weakness away. I traced her steps quietly, noted patterns, small deviations, the kind only someone observant, someone obsessed, notices. I kept my face neutral in front of her friends. Smiles, nods, casual touches. Inside, the gears turned, slow and unrelenting. Every hidden detail was a puzzle piece. Every hesitation, a confession waiting to happen. By the time she uttered those words at brunch, I had already reconstructed half her double life in my mind. I didn't yell. I didn't throw things. I collected. A backup of her phone, hidden for months. Receipts, late-night charges, messages carefully deleted. I had eyes everywhere, without her knowing. I arranged for DNA testing, quietly. Nothing flashy, nothing dramatic. Just a calculated confirmation of what my gut had known. I observed her patterns, the way she lingered on certain names in texts, the subtle tension in her body when she spoke of friends or work trips. All the while, I maintained composure. The smiles remained, the nods remained. Because the moment I showed fear, suspicion, or anger, the game would shift. And in this game, I am always 3 moves ahead. Every day I felt the storm building inside me, controlled, silent, precise. Every night I reviewed my steps, every clue, every inconsistency, every betrayal. And I waited. The report arrived in a small envelope, discreet. Her betrayal wasn't a rumor. It wasn't imagination. It was documented. I slid the paper across the kitchen table. She saw it. She froze. The perfect mask shattered. Her fingers trembled. Her lips parted for words that didn't come. I said nothing. Not a single accusation. Only a calm, cold stare. The kind that tells someone everything without saying a word. Her friends had already seen the tension in her eyes from brunch. They saw now the full picture. She couldn't laugh her way out of this. She couldn't charm her way out. The truth is heavier than jokes, heavier than love or lies. She opened her mouth, tried to speak. I held up a hand. I already knew everything. I left the brunch, leaving her there, trembling, the paper fluttering in her hands like a confession she never wanted to make. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't chase. I walked to my car, slow, deliberate. The city hum was my only soundtrack. I called a few friends, not hers, mine, the ones who understand value. I described the dodged a disaster party. Invitation sent, discreet. A toast to honesty, a toast to self-preservation. And I watched, from a distance, as the carefully constructed life she thought she controlled unraveled. No dramatic confrontation, no scene, just her facing the fallout while I remained untouchable. She had betrayed me, but I had outmaneuvered her. I drove away. The ring sat in my pocket, cold metal against my palm. No pity, no grief, only clarity. She will remember me in her guilt, in her regret. I will remember her in my calm, in my freedom. I let the city swallow my silhouette. I am unbroken. I am untouched. And I am gone.